Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday School. This is Miss Marianne. Hope you guys are all doing really well and finding lots of wonderful things to do out there in the world. We are continuing our series on the Beatitudes, which is part of the most important sermon that Jesus gave. The Sermon on the Mount is a big sermon that Jesus gave, and this piece of it is called the Beatitudes. And there's a lot there that we're going to talk about for a number of weeks. And today we're going to talk about being sad and how God comforts us. And it really was timely that this happened this week when we are marking 1 year of this COVID situation that we've been in. And we've all, I know, felt a lot of loss over the past year. So I'm glad that we get a chance to talk about those feelings. In your email packet of the usual stuff, there is a bonus of a prayer that we received from the same people that was specifically made to mark this 1 year anniversary. And it's really a lovely coloring sheet prayer that speaks to the moment. So I welcome you to color that. And if you need it, keep it for yourselves. Or if there's someone that you know that needs some comfort, maybe send it to them. We'll talk more about that kind of thing later, but right now let's get our prayer going, our opening here. I'll grab my candle. Here we go. All right, and let's just take a moment to take a deep breath to get us ready for our prayer and our story. God of wonder, comforting God, thank you for our tears and how they teach us, free us, and connect us to you. Thank you for holding the pain that makes us cry and for crying with us. Please use us to be your comfort to someone this week. Amen. Okay, and we'll move that back here. Today, we will join a huge crowd of people who are following Jesus. He sees their hurts and pains and cares for them in many ways. He leads them to a mountain. Let's climb this mountain. There are many ways to climb. Remember, you can hike, you can use ropes, you can roll in your hiking wheelchair, or you can climb with a partner. I wonder which way you would like to climb. I'm going to hike. You choose which way works for you, and let's get up this mountain so that we can get there. Ready? Woo! We made it. All right. Let's get ourselves settled down and take a seat. And let's take a chance to look around. In your imagination, look around. I wonder what you see. Maybe, did you pack your binoculars? You could even get those out and take a good look around. So many people here to see. All different kinds of people. There's even some wonderful grapevines over there. In Jesus's time, people believed mountains were holy and special places to be with God. Maybe it's because they reach so high up to the sky. It's like you're near God. Jesus told them about God's kingdom on this mountain. You can think of a kingdom as the way the world works or is set up. In God's kingdom, there is abundance. There is more than enough honor and food and money and love and power and resources for all of God's children to thrive. Jesus says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. There were people in Jesus' time, just like today, who were taught that crying was a shameful thing to do, that mourning showed weakness and was too vulnerable. Many of the rich and powerful people spent their time trying not to cry. They focused on gathering money and control to feel strong and unshakable. In this promise, Jesus speaks to people who mourn. And to mourn means to cry, to feel sad, to grieve when you've lost something. Jesus speaks to these people and praises them. I wonder why he did this. I bet everyone, even you, has cried before. I certainly have. I wonder why people cry. Crying shows that we are alive, awake, and aware. Crying shows that we are brave, that we are willing to feel pain, our own or someone else's. When you cry, you're not trying to block the pain around you or keep your distance from it. You're feeling it. Tears and crying are important, especially when what makes us cry is painful or hard to hold. It is also a beautiful way that we connect to God. Did you know that God cries too? And that Jesus cried during his time on earth? The shortest full sentence in the Bible is Jesus wept. God cries for everyone. God's heart is wide and holds all the pain of everyone hurting throughout the whole world. And when we cry, it's a way of sharing God's heart. Jesus promises here that God will comfort us when we cry. And Jesus promised God would bring comfort and make things right for all the people listening who faced injustice, shame, and poverty, which caused them to cry and to grieve. One way that God brings comfort is through you. Through you. Put your hands like this. When you offer your hand or loving words, especially to someone who is sad, you are God's comfort to that person. Crying together and being vulnerable are ways that help us belong together, and they bring us closer to God. I wonder what sadness feels like. I wonder if it surprises you that the Bible tells us that Jesus cried. I wonder how it feels to know that God comforts us when we are sad. And I wonder how it feels to know that you can be a part of that. I wonder how it feels after you cried. I wonder what helps make you feel better when you are feeling sad. I wonder how you can be a part of God's comfort to someone this week. I wonder which part of this story you liked best. And I wonder which part you think is the most important. In talking about how you can be a comfort to someone, in your packet there is or in this week's links in your email, there is a separate one for a card that you can print out and make. So it comes like this, and so you fold it down and then fold it over, neater than that, so that you can make a little card. So you can color that and then fill in the inside, and then on the back there is a spot to say that you created it. But you can then send that to someone who needs a little uplift this week. And I really invite you to do that. We all like to get mail, and it feels very special when you get that, and it's very much worth it. So I recommend you do that. Also, in your links for this week in the packet with your activities, there is a printout of a meditation that will help. It helps us to connect to those feelings and send love and kindness to other people. It's a really great practice. Now, you'll need an adult to help read it to you because you can't read it and meditate to it at the same time. But I encourage you to take a look at that. It's a really nice exercise if you haven't done that before. So those are some ways to respond to this story this week. I hope you guys are all feeling well and are not sad this week. But if you are, know that we are here to comfort you. Before we go, I want to give you a blessing. So put your hands like this, because a blessing is something that you receive. So take it, and I will speak it, and then you can take it into your heart. Ready? God blesses you when you laugh and when you cry. God understands all of your feelings. And let us bring our candle back. We will do our closing. Loving God, thank you for the times that bring us close to you and to one another. Help us to remember that you are always with us. Amen. And I will change this light so the light of Christ can be with you wherever you go and wherever you are. This light is with you, and it will find you when you need it. Blessings, everybody. Take care.